Live here. 94.7. The Drive.
Tonight, the president caves, announcing an end to the government shutdown with no money for his border wall. The government will reopen for 3 weeks, but the president's demand on that wall and the threat he could shut down the government again in weeks or take emergency action. Tonight, the breaking point, the chaos today for travelers, an urgent need for air traffic controllers affecting 4 major airports, New York, Newark, Philly, D.C., and the ripple effect coast to coast. Pre-dawn raid, a longtime friend and advisor to Donald Trump, Roger Stone. The FBI raiding his home, guns drawn. Tonight, what Robert Mueller accuses Roger Stone of doing to help Trump and damage Hillary Clinton. Tonight, the stunning discovery, the toddler missing for 3 days in freezing temperatures, found alive. How did he survive? What authorities just revealed a short time ago. The father at his child's school in the middle of a custody dispute shot and killed when he pulls a gun and starts firing. The major system moving in this weekend, wind chills 50 below in some places. This stretches from Minnesota to New York. The daughter killed by her ex-boyfriend. She had called 911 and police several times, saying he was a threat. Tonight, her parents telling Amy Robach they're convinced authorities could have saved her. And the most sacred gift a family could give. Who is our person of the week?
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a very busy Friday night. And we begin tonight with the president giving in, the longest government shutdown in history. And he announced today that it will reopen with no money for his border wall for 3 weeks. The president in the Rose Garden saying the U.S. still needs that wall and threatening to shut down the government again if there is no deal, or that he could take emergency action. So tonight, where does this leave us, and how soon will those 800,000 American workers get their paychecks after waiting more than a month? ABC's Terry Moran was there, and he leads us off.
For President Trump's big announcement, a Rose Garden ceremony, lending an aura of victory to what was unmistakably a surrender.
My fellow Americans, I am very proud to announce today that we have reached a deal to end the shutdown and reopen the federal government.
It was his shutdown, he proudly said, triggered by his demand for money for the wall on the southern border. But today, instead of a wall, Trump caved.
I will sign a bill to open our government for 3 weeks until February 15th.
The short-term deal, no money for a wall. Back pay for federal workers who missed paychecks, but not for thousands of federal contractors who aren't covered by laws governing shutdowns. And a bipartisan congressional conference will try to hammer out a deal on border security. Trump still insists he hasn't given up on his wall.
So let me be very clear. We really have no choice but to build a powerful wall or steel barrier.
And he threatened to shut down the government again in 3 weeks or declare a national emergency if he doesn't get what he wants. But the public is turning sharply against him, and he faces a new reality in Washington, D.C. after Democrats won control of the House in the midterms. A triumphant Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who went toe-to-toe with Trump and bested him at every turn, isn't budging.
Are you no longer ruling out any money for the wall? Are you now?
Wait, have I not been clear on the wall? Okay. No, I have been very clear on the wall.
She's also not ready to reschedule the State of the Union speech, which she stopped Trump from delivering during the shutdown. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer summed it up.
No one should ever underestimate the speaker, as Donald Trump has learned.
So let's get to Terry Moran live at the White House tonight. And Terry, the government now reopens, no money for a wall. But we remember right before Christmas, Republicans and Democrats struck a deal with money for border security, no wall. So essentially, it seems we could be right back at that same point. So what was accomplished by shutting down the government for more than a month?
That's an excellent question, David. All those missed paychecks, the government operations grinding to a halt, the hit to economic growth, and we're right back at square one. But with a weakened President Trump, he's in a very tough place, between a rock and a hard place. On the one hand, the public is not supporting his tactics. On the other, his base and the right wing of the Republican Party demanding that he stick to his guns and get that wall done. It's going to be a very tough month for him. David?
Terry Moran leading us off on a Friday night. Terry, this move to reopen the government doesn't come soon enough. Today, there was an urgent need for air traffic controllers affecting 4 major airports in New York, Newark, Philly, and D.C., and the ripple effects are still being felt coast to coast tonight. ABC's David Curley on that part of the story.
When will air travel return to normal? Delays are still being felt tonight as jetliners stacked up because of the shutdown. Air traffic slowed, even stopped deliberately because of a shortage of unpaid controllers.
American 970, I got a reroute for you.
A full ground stop at LaGuardia. The drastic action taken by the FAA to keep the skies safe, resulting in flight cancellations and many of today's 3,400 delays.
A canceled flight and then to a different airline, and now it's been delayed again.
The cause? An increased controller call-out rate at 2 centers. At the Washington, D.C. area center, 6 of the 13 controllers scheduled, nearly half called out. And they handle much of the traffic in and out of the New York area. The effects? Delayed flights rippling across the country tonight. With the end of the shutdown, controllers are relieved.
The controllers that have been at work are tired. They're exhausted mentally, and they're ready for some help.
And David Curley with us live tonight from Reagan National Airport. And David, with the shutdown now ending, what are your sources telling you tonight about the coming days? How soon could air traffic controllers and the TSA be fully staffed again?
It should be rather immediately. This was the first day that we saw a slight increase in callouts among controllers, and with TSA officers expect to get checks, we should see that call-out rate return to normal quickly. David?
David Curley with us live tonight. David, thank you. We're going to turn now to the major headline in the Russia investigation that broke today, the pre-dawn raid. A longtime friend and advisor to Donald Trump, Roger Stone, the FBI raiding his home, guns drawn. And tonight, what Robert Mueller accuses Roger Stone of doing to help Donald Trump and damage Hillary Clinton. Here's our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, tonight.
He describes himself as a dirty trickster, one of President Trump's oldest friends. And today, Roger Stone made like his hero, Richard Nixon, as supporters cheered and opponents jeered outside the court. Stone arrested early this morning in Florida. FBI agents in bulletproof vests descending on his home, guns drawn.
29 FBI agents arrived at my home with 17 vehicles with their lights flashing. They terrorized my wife, my dogs.
In the indictment, special counsel Robert Mueller casting Stone as an intermediary between the Trump campaign and WikiLeaks, which published emails Russia stole from the Democratic National Committee. Prosecutors say that in the summer of 2016, Stone told senior Trump campaign officials that WikiLeaks might have information damaging to Hillary Clinton. In July, after WikiLeaks started publishing the hacked DNC emails, prosecutors say a senior Trump campaign official was directed to contact Stone about any additional releases and what other damaging information WikiLeaks had regarding the Clinton campaign. Mueller doesn't indicate who it was that directed that campaign official to reach out to Stone. Around that time, then candidate Donald Trump made this public appeal.
Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing.
As WikiLeaks continued releasing stolen emails, candidate Trump cheering them on.
WikiLeaks, I love WikiLeaks.
Mueller does not say Stone spoke to WikiLeaks directly, but the indictment reveals a trail of emails and communications implying he was abreast of their plans. In October 2016, Stone writes to a supporter involved in the Trump campaign, "The payload is still coming." Soon after, WikiLeaks releases the first batch of Podesta emails. According to the indictment, an associate of the high-ranking Trump campaign official sent a text message to Stone that read, "Well done." Prosecutors say Stone tried to cover up his activity. He's charged with lying to Congress, obstruction, and witness tampering.
I will plead not guilty to these charges. I will defeat them in court.
He vows he won't turn against President Trump.
There is no circumstance whatsoever under which I will bear false witness against the president, nor will I make up lies to ease the pressure on myself.
The White House says President Trump is in the clear.
This has nothing to do with the president, has nothing to do with the White House.
Pierre Thomas with us live from Washington tonight. And Pierre, with this indictment today, the special counsel appearing to draw links between the Trump campaign and WikiLeaks. But on this notion of possible collusion,
David, today's charges in no way implicate President Trump or his campaign with any kind of direct collusion with the Russians. But it does make clear that some campaign officials did want that dirt on Clinton from WikiLeaks, and that dirt came from the Russians. David?
Pierre, thank you. We're going to move on tonight. The headline everyone was hoping for. In North Carolina, it was revealed that 3-year-old Casey Hathaway was found alive and well after nearly 3 days missing in the freezing cold and the rain. He was alive in the woods and calling for his mother. ABC's Marcus Moore is in North Carolina.
Tonight, 3-year-old Casey Hathaway in good condition and resting after more than 2 nights alone in the woods, battling freezing temperatures and heavy rain.
He is good. He's up and talking. He's already asked to watch Netflix.
His miraculous rescue happening after a neighbor heard a sound at night. A rescuer wading through waist-high water, finding Casey a mere quarter-mile from his great-grandmother's backyard in rural eastern North Carolina. He was last seen Tuesday afternoon.
Hey, what's going on there? We lost my grandson. Has walked in the woods back there, and we can't find him.
Hundreds of volunteers out in the woods. Most pulled back, though, for safety reasons, until a professional searcher found Casey in vines and thorns. His parents calling out the searcher.
Thank him.
Yeah.
Thank him.
Yes, sir. Went to him, disentangled him from some briars that he was hung up in. Brought him out, and here we are.
Casey still wearing his coat and shoes when found. The sheriff said he was also calling out for his mother.
He was cut up and all, and you could tell that he had been in the elements for quite some time, was extremely tired, cold, hungry.
Casey now recovering in the hospital, surrounded by family.
You try to close your eyes and put yourself in this child's shoe, and it's scary.
And we're joined by Marcus Moore tonight live, even though we know Casey was found just a quarter-mile from where he disappeared. Police have tried to explain tonight, Marcus, why it was difficult to find him.
Yeah, it was very difficult, David. They had communications issues because this is in a rural area. Also, the weather made it difficult. And the sheriff said today that during this search, the little 3-year-old was moving around to different locations, and that made it hard to find him. Tonight, Casey is in this hospital receiving treatment, David, once again surrounded by his grateful family.
Wow, a hardy little boy, and we're glad he's okay. Marcus, thank you. We're going to turn next tonight to the deadly rampage near Penn State University. The 21-year-old gunman, identified as Jordan Whitmer, shooting and wounding a woman he was sitting with at a popular restaurant near campus before appearing to randomly kill a father and son right nearby. He then left and broke into a home nearby where he shot an 83-year-old while that man's wife was hiding in the bathroom. The suspect then took his own life. Authorities are still searching for a motive tonight. Next, here to the Arctic blast, slamming the Midwest and then heading east tonight. Millions of Americans are going to feel this right into the weekend. And the driving still hazardous in many places. A mail truck in Kansas City catching fire right there after spinning its wheels on the ice and sliding down a hill, fortunately missing homes there. In the Hudson River Valley near Troy, New York, ice flows ripping this boat from its moorings, slamming it right into the foot of a bridge. Tonight, that bitter cold is on the way from Minnesota all the way east to New York. Wind chills in some places, we couldn't believe this, 50 below zero. So let's get right to Rob Marciano with the good news tonight. Rob.
Hi, David. It is a 1-2 punch of bitter cold with some snow to boot. Look at the radar snowing in Chicago to St. Louis with that first wave of cold, so it's sticking. We've got lake effect snows as well. The wind chills tomorrow morning going to be brutal again. We'll be in the teens below zero in Chicago, teens above zero from New York to Boston, moderating somewhat on Sunday. But the next clipper is going to bring another mix of rain and snow to Detroit and Milwaukee, and then Tuesday, Wednesday through New York and D.C. and Boston. With the bitter cold behind this will be some of the coldest we've seen in 5 years. Some areas, as you mentioned, 50 degrees below zero for wind chills. Dangerous cold, David.
All right, Rob Marciano, our thanks to you. We'll be watching you this weekend. And next tonight, newly released police body cam video of a shooting at a middle school in Oregon. It started as a custody battle, and police were there to escort a father away. And tonight, for the first time, we see that father and the moment he turns his weapon on those officers. Here's ABC's chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman.
It was a fight to the death. Shots ricocheting at the entrance to this Oregon middle school earlier this month, captured on the body cameras of 2 resource officers. The father of a student at the school in a custody dispute had become agitated. The officers asked him to leave the school, but Charles Landeros, a veteran, refused.
The principal is the police. You don't have jurisdiction over here.
I do. I'm actually the school.
Asked me to leave.
The officers shoved Landeros out the door.
You're under arrest. You are under arrest.
As one officer tries to take him down, you can see Landeros pull that pistol. He fires twice, misses, with one officer trying to grab Landeros' gun The other officer falls, then fires a fatal shot.
David, the DA has reviewed this video and called it a tragedy, but said this